Now, Taiwan says huge Chinese military drills appear to be a simulation of an attack on the island. Beijing has conducted some of its largest ever maneuvers around Taiwan this week. U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taipei angered China, which regards the self-ruling island as its own territory. Relations between Beijing and Washington have nosedived.
As the alarm is sounded, soldiers aboard this destroyer in the waters off Taiwan immediately go into combat mode. Within hours of Nancy Pelosi's visit, Chinese missiles struck the seas north, south, and east of Taiwan. Multiple warplanes are also circling the island of 23 million, crossing the demarcation line that divides the Taiwan Strait, an unofficial buffer zone between China and Taiwan, and a major route for vessels.
Almost half the global container fleet, nearly 90% of the world's largest ships, pass through the Taiwan Strait this year. Since their missile launches, Beijing has taken an irresponsible step of a different kind.
Blinken says China is using Pelosi's visit to Taiwan as a pretext to disregard existing treaties.
They've also suspended all climate cooperation with the United States. The world's largest carbon emitter is now refusing to engage on combating the climate crisis.
In response to China's military drills, the Pentagon has ordered a U.S. aircraft carrier to remain in the waters near Taiwan. It says the USS Ronald Reagan and the ships in her strike group will stay in the area to monitor the situation.
The U.S. policy was for 50 years engagement with China. That's over now. But China is seen as a big danger from the United States point of view. This is quite a dramatic change.
A sentiment echoed by conservative media in the U.S.
Tensions still rising around Taiwan. China halting some ties with the...
We need to be strong. That's what China understands. It's not words, it's not press releases, it's actual strength and presence in the region.
A delicate balancing act for Washington and its long-standing policy of strategic ambiguity. The practice of being intentionally ambiguous on the status of Taiwan, which China sees as a breakaway province.
It's going to continue. We're going to rub up against each other. The Chinese and us are going to rub up against each other, not just in the military realm, but in the economic realm. It'll be a whole range of issues.
A new kind of Cold War between two superpowers.
Let's get the latest from our correspondent, Tao Tsun-Han in Taipei. Hello, Tao. So Taiwan's premier has accused Beijing of disrupting peace in the region. What more did he say?
Yes, Eddie. Taiwan's Premier Su also called on Beijing not to flex its military muscles. He said these words in an information security meeting because there are not only military exercises around Taiwan, inside there are also ongoing cyber attacks from China. And we're seeing a lot of rumors and disinformation online. He said these are all part of China's psychological warfare campaign. In response, he said Taiwan will expand the scope of the ban on Chinese-made information and communication products to the public sector, and he urged the public and the private sectors to work together to defend themselves against China.
Strong words there. How are the drills going today, and how is Taipei responding to them?
Taiwanese officials said this morning that they have detected several groups of Chinese aircraft, ships, and drones operating around the Taiwan Strait, conducting joint air and sea exercises to simulate attacks on Taiwan's main island. According to the latest report and photos released by the Chinese army, its closest warship is less than 12 kilometers from Taiwan's main island. This is the first time the Chinese military has been so close to Taiwan. At the same time, the Taiwanese army monitor the situation closely and deploy their most cutting-edge defense system and weapons to counter the threat.
So is there any end in sight to these drills?
Well, it was said originally to be the coming Monday, August the 8th, but the Chinese authorities announced on the 6th that they are going to conduct live-fire shooting drills for another 10 days in the southern waters of the Yellow Sea, and also another 2 near the Bohai Sea till September. These areas are very close to South Korea, and it's seen as sending a warning to the U.S. military bases in South Korea, which might send help to Taiwan. One military exercise after another, it's clear that China is trying to change the status quo of this area, and the military exercises could become a new normal.
DW's Tao Tsun-Han in Taipei. Thank you.